That's good.
We're live on Facebook too. You got your stand?
Ooh, mine.
Yeah.
I got plenty
Plenty
tripods,
tripods,
but I
but I
wouldn't
wouldn't
leave
leave
them.
them.
We got a lot in there now.
It's too
It's too
big,
big,
but
but
that's
that's
great.
great.
Now we live. Sorry.
That's not
That's
what
what
she
she
told
told
me
me.
about you.
You know,
What's up,
I'm on
AJ?
the other phone. I want to go live
Hey,
on
Latendra.
YouTube.
What's up, Robbie?
A good night's rest will help anything. I feel so good.
5, 4, 3, 2.
It's your day. You remember that, right?
Oh. You're rocking with the Brunch right here on Inspiration 1390. It is a terrific Tell Me Something Good Tuesday right here on the Brunch. It's your main man, Action Jackson, and I'm proudly posted in the studio with.
It's your girl Tamara Fair on the air, and I am super excited about Tuesday. Now, what I'm not excited about is this weather. Now, for those of you who have warm temperatures, do not text me your degrees, okay? I do not want to hear about your 70, 80, 90-degree weather
Well, you know
because it's
what?
-2 up in this
It
piece.
is cold, but you know, I thought about this morning when I was pumping air in Valencia's tire. I'd rather be out here with my hands a little cold than 6 feet under in
Well, that's
cold
true.
dirt. So you know what, God, I thank you that I'm able to feel these frigid temps. You know what? This is a thankful
It
Tuesday,
is.
and we are thankful.
I'm glad you brought that home.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know what? Because sometimes we complain about stuff, but somebody can't feel these frigid temps
Well, I
today.
actually wasn't complaining. I was just putting you on notice. Do not
Don't
send
come.
me, do
Now,
not send me your
now would I
warm
rather
weather.
be in Jamaica?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
yes, I would. But I'm grateful for where I am. And you know what? I want us to have a spirit of gratefulness because it could be worse.
It could
It
be.
could have went another way, but God.
We could have been in California where those devastating fires, and people are just now really starting to understand the full gravity of what has gone on. Like it's Armageddon. If you look at the pictures, if you see the pictures that your family or your friends are sending, it looks like something out of a movie. I bet
Yes.
you a lot of producers are getting a lot of good footage, but at the sake of these people's lives, their homes, like we talked about yesterday, this is devastating on so many fronts. Not just the loss of your home, but all the memories that you had. And now you're displaced as well.
Yeah, that's the saddest thing. And I was in a meeting I told you before we came on this morning. Shout out to the Leaders Network,
Shout out.
premier organization on the West Side, started by Pastor Marshall Hatch, Pastor Ira Ackery, and Pastor Cy Fields.
Mm-hmm.
And they do great work every Monday. They host a meeting. And I hadn't been in over a year, and I was so glad to be back in the room and to be amongst some great community leaders. But they were in there advocating and raising money
Mm.
for the victims of California. Pastor Ackers said we have to do more than just pray for them.
Yeah.
We need to send resources. So they all committed, and other pastors in the room too, this Sunday raise a special offering for victims of the fire in California. And they're partnering with World Vision, who we all know here in Chicago. World Vision does amazing work, and they're an international organization. So they'll be sending, and Brother Tim from World Vision said 83 to 86 cents per dollar that they raise go directly to the victims that they raise the money for. That's important because most people don't pay attention to when organizations are raising money. You got to see what the admin cost per dollar is
Yeah, the
because
admin cost.
sometimes it's 80 cents go to admin and 20 cents go to the victims.
Or 0 cent
Or
go to
Z.
the victims.
Don't get me started, Clinton Foundation. But nevertheless,
But you know what we are going to get started at? Because there's so many people that are doing things. You know, we're not just sitting wallowing in devastation. People are doing things, and we're super excited to have our top of the hour guest, Dr. Gary France, because he, like a lot of people around the globe, have been impacted by, directly impacted, I should say, by these fires. And so we want to hear from him as a direct person. So I'm excited about it, but y'all don't go nowhere. We got way more to share while Marcel and Justice get it together over there. Did you hear that? Did y'all hear that?
okay, Reverend Jackson.
It's Inspiration 1390.
Okay, lower that down. Let's sit it on
All
the
right, Gary, you
table.
ready?
Cause I want to, and I feel like
Oh, the
it's
producer
a
left.
handsome guy right there, though. You see that? Yeah.
What do you guys think of that? Trump just announced the External Revenue Service.
What's that? External?
What?
It's gonna
It's gonna
no,
over. It's gonna provide oversight for the Internal Revenue
he's gonna
Service.
collect tariffs, duties, and revenue from foreign sources.
Oh well, he did say he was gonna do that. So
What do you think about that?
Hey, what's up? It's your girl
I have to
Melanie.
see how that unfolds because I'm not.
yeah,
To
well,
let you
it's
know about the
well,
He said
wine and
January
wealth that
20th.
we have
it's gonna
every
hurt
single
some
month
people
to show
because
you
when you
how to
think of
make some
tariffs, like
money, grow some
there was
money,
a
and keep
family in
your money
Jamaica
rolling.
that I
Make sure you
blessed
come
when we
visit
were
us
there
at the
last.
Wine and Wealth
I
on
just told her I
Wednesdays.
wanted to buy
It's
her
going to
kids
be
school
held at our
supplies. She was
office.
working at the
Just
hotel.
text
Wonderful
money
woman.
to
But then she told me I had to be careful what I sent
815
because sometimes the
277
tariffs
That's
cost more than the
Than the
product
item.
that they bought. And I said,
815-277-6772.
that is
And
a
I'll see you there.
travesty.
What our prices go up?
Churchview Supported Living would like you to
Yep.
visit
Yep.
their beautiful housing community ahead of the holidays with studios and more.
Yeah,
So
our prices are gonna
Plus,
go up for
24
certain
hour
things that are
care,
being
medication
tariffed
reminders, laundry
because
and housekeeping services,
no.
3 restaurants down
Oh,
the
I don't
street,
know. That's why I said we got to see how
supermarkets,
that
wine
unfolds.
clubs, daily activities, and much more. Churchview
I
Supported
wonder
Living is
can this
Somebody has
go?
to
located at
operate that,
626 West 63rd
Right,
Street.
which is
like
cool.
we
They
need a
are open
cameraman.
today.
Remember
Call
John used to
What
we
they
724-7.
gotta get
doing?
back to the old
He's a camera
yeah,
person.
remember we had the iPad and John used to be able to zoom in on our face.
Call
What
us
was the software we
773
used?
471
It was dope too.
It sure
Churchview
was.
Supported
Dang,
Living,
I gotta
equal
remember that.
housing opportunity.
Okay.
I doubt it will. Winona won't make it today. She's not feeling good. I'm gonna go up some. Let's see.
Is this old or this is new?
No.
That was January 7th. Today is the 14th.
You're saying that's when it started?
Okay, gotcha.
No, scoot over. Let me see. No. Oh, did they go off?
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
you watch out. Thank you, Darrell.
Do you have dry skin,
Straighten
fine
that
lines
though.
and wrinkles?
No,
Or you
that
just
one.
want to
I
get
got
or
this.
maintain your youthful glow? Then you need Vanguard.
Sorry,
Okay,
y'all.
we're
This
2 minutes.
black-owned, woman-owned vegan
We're 3 minutes
line
out.
has all the ones your skin could ever
Two and a
need.
half what?
Envelop your skin in
Two and a
luxury
half
with
seconds?
organic, botanically
That's too
derived
long.
skincare
Yep.
After this one,
and
cut it.
makeup that is
Please.
also talc-free and cruelty-free. The foundation is weightless and feels like skin. The lipstick and eyebrows are so pigmented.
Okay, this
and
is
come in a
good. This is
variety
good,
of
Justice.
gorgeous colors that there is sure to be something for everyone. Don't take my word for it. Try it for yourself and go
That's
to
about the
You
calendar.
want some of this?
Oh, that's perfect. No, you got it. I'm gonna leave. We'll make sure
Then
we
if I
have.
talk about this, you're gonna have to talk about Gary. You're gonna have to do one or the other.
Okay, we
You want
going
to do
I
this?
got. I can talk about Gary.
You
Or
got it?
you want me to talk? No, you go, and then we can both talk about Gary.
Okay. Didn't I say change? Take that off?
I slept good last night. Yeah,
Good.
she wants you to come in right after. She wanted you to come in after
Too
the
late
last.
now. No, remember I said not, there's 2 minutes. That was too long. Huh?
He
But
did
after
one.
this
He
one,
cut. Yeah, he cut two
oh,
out.
you cut two out. Okay, I got you. You go ahead. Bring them in.
You in the raw though.
Oh, that's right.
So you do the story, then want me to introduce them?
Yeah, that's fine.
We're in the raw with Tamara Bear on the Brunch Bunch.
So people are talking about very little else that other than these Palisades fires that ignited on January the 7th and have rapidly consumed over 23,000 acres and is currently only 14% contained. Well, that number has changed. It's more than 14% contained. I think that they're still talking about how these strong winds are taking these brush fires and still igniting. But tragically, at least 24 lives have been lost and 23 individuals were still unaccounted for. And the fire has obliterated thousands of structures, leaving countless residents displaced. One of these heavily impacted residents, well, I should say indirectly and directly impacted residents, is with us here in the studio today, and that is Dr. Gary France.
And we're thrilled to welcome Dr. Gary L. France, a distinguished dentist, educator, and advocate for diversity in healthcare. He's a graduate of the UCLA School of Dentistry and a life member of the American Dental Association. Dr. France transitioned from 15 years of private practice to impactful roles in dental administration. Unfortunately, Dr. France was affected personally by the fires in California. So we want to give a warm brunch bunch welcome to Dr. Gary
Woohoo!
France.
Dr. France is not only a personal friend of mine, but when I saw the devastation of how his family's house just got leveled, I
Mm.
was like, we definitely need to have you on the show because a lot of people have been impacted. I know for me, 60 minutes, I was going to say 50 minutes, 60 minutes actually hosted a conversation with one of my relatives whose house was obliterated in Altadena. And Gary, Dr. France, are you on with us? Dr. Francis.
Dr. France, you there?
All
Oh,
right.
well, we may be having some issues, but he will be with us shortly. Dr. Friends, one I was gonna say you got some of the dopest friends, first of all, Dr. Friends. But it
you
said
don't
to
you
here,
don't know if his doctorate was uh honorary or not. No, I'm just kidding,
well,
Gary.
I
No, he's a
read the
dentist.
bio.
But
But
you know what? In response to these escalating situations, evacuations have been ordered and issued over numerous communities, affecting over 150,000 residents. And I was looking online today, and so many people's houses were, I mean, so many like celebrities. Gwyneth Paltrow, $20 million home. So many, I mean, $10 million homes for $15 million homes. But I mean, it doesn't matter how much your house was worth, it was worth so much more to you.
yeah, because you can't put a price tag on memories and items that you don't know. And I mentioned yesterday, so our garage burned down last year, and it was my storage. Don't get started.
Every time you talk about your
I,
garage burning down,
I know.
I'm
Well,
like,
see, that's it. You have so much stuff in
yeah.
places, and you never know, so you can't itemize. But it's stuff that holds sentimental value that really makes my heart hurt for the people in California. And like Dr. Franz, who his family was affected. Dr. Franz, welcome to the Brunch Bunch.
Hey, thank you, thank you.
Well, Dr. France, first of all, we want to thank you for taking time out to share your impactful story with our listeners because this is really gone viral in a different kind of way, and not in the kind of way that you think, but people, and I'm happy to hear that your Governor Gavin Newsom, has ordered an investigation into the apparent failures in firefighting resources, particularly issue related to water supply that hindered the effects of the control of the blazes. But as I aforementioned before you joined us, I was looking at the 60-minute segment that they did on my family, and the chief firefighter said that there was just no way. I don't care, these are his words, I don't care how many extra fire hoses or fire hydrants or even firefighters we had, we were just not prepared for a blaze
Hmm.
of this proportion. So I understand that your family has been impacted. Can you tell us a little bit about how that impact has affected you and your family?
Yeah, my uncle lost his home. He moved to Alpena in 1962. I remember when they bought that
Wow.
house. I was about
Wow.
85 years old. My grandfather helped them get that house. And there's some history of that of Altadena is that prior to him buying the house, there was a lot of redlining. It was basically all white community. But now it is the home of, or was the home of many black folk in the Pasadena, Alpena area. And the really sad thing about that, we hear about, Pacific Palisades. Pacific Palisades is a very wealthy community in that area. Alpena is not. It's not a poor area. But many of those folks that got homes uh, were homes that were inherited by
Mm.
by folks.
Mhm.
So I was listening to the news today. They had a fire not too long ago in Altadena, and many people were canceled. Their insurance was canceled,
Wow.
and FEMA Max. They were trying to dispel some of the rumors. The maximum FEMA allotment is $43,000.
Wait, how much did you say?
You heard him.
$43,000.
43,000.
40,000. That's the maximum. And they were trying to dispel rumors going on that FEMA can rebuild your place if you're uninsured. No, the maximum allotment is $42,000. You might be able to get some grants, from the state event like that in my life. The worst disaster that I can remember. The worst disaster that I can remember was February 9th, 1971. It was the Silmar earthquake. I really thought it was the end of the world. I was in high school, and usually an earthquake, it shakes you up. But this, I thought, was the end of the world. That was February 9th, 1971, where I can remember it. Took down LA High School.
Wow.
This was far worse than that.
Oh, I mean, people use terms like it was Armageddon.
Well, it looks like that from the pictures that we're seeing. And so FEMA, you said, is giving $43,000 to rebuild. And I just got notice that Joe Biden announced a one-time payment of $770 to California fire victims, which is like $7 in California.
Oh, they said $770. I thought it was $770 million.
No, 700. I'm gonna say it slow, so I ain't gotta say it no more. $770. And we aforementioned before you joined us that there were homes lost in the millions. $770 is not gonna buy them coffee.
What'd you say, Dr. France?
It's actually $777.
Okay. Well,
pick 3, here I come. But listen, wow, that is, well, we said today is a day of gratefulness. And so we're going to be grateful for any resources that come our way, no matter how big or small. But I was told that there are some other creative ways that can help people who've been affected like you, Dr. France.
Because Dr. France, what was resonating with me is that you and your family were not just devastated, but you went into action immediately. You started a GoFundMe. And I thought that was something that was very inspiring, because we usually in our communities use GoFundMe to bury people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so now we can shift the brain and actually have a call to action that will do something. Can you talk about that? What inspired you all to do that?
Well, I'm an old man. My niece actually started that with for my cousin who lived with my uncle. She was part of the loss of the house, so she started the GoFundMe thing for them to survive. I mean, my cousin right now, my uncle's in the hospital.
From the smoke?
He's got no, he was in the hospital already. That's what if anything's fortunate, he's got dementia. We thought we were going to lose him a couple of times. He will not know the loss that of his house, which is
that is fortunate.
Live to very fortunate to hear that. But the GoFundMe is going to help my cousin Leah. Help her. Probably one thing she was fortunate, they did have insurance, so it'll help with her. The deductible and right now she's got to live someplace. And
does the insurance allow for her to have someplace to live in the interim of them rebuilding?
Yeah, that's what I understand. But the other thing is, can she afford to rebuild?
Right.
Because the replacement cost is that efficient?
Oh, yeah.
Is that sufficient enough?
That's something. And the other thing is that everybody knows somebody that's affected.
Yep.
Everybody knows somebody that's affected, and it's we hear about hurricanes in South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida. I have never known anybody. I know about the problems, the devastation, the disasters, those things, but I never knew anybody personally that experienced it.
So tell me about your cousin Leah, or your niece Leah. What is she feeling right now? And how is your family actually getting therapy for what you all have actually endured?
Well, that's what we got to do for Leah. I mean, she's just devastated.
Was she there in the house when the fire started? Did she have to evacuate?
She had to evacuate. And we're trying to, she's been told so many different things about what her rights are. So we got an attorney for her to calm her down a little bit, to say that
Well, speaking of losing everything, but having a plan.
Yep.
So she started a GoFundMe. Can you tell the believers how can they donate and help the family to rebuild? And then even maybe start their own GoFundMe's to the people that they are in touch with that have been impacted. What is the GoFundMe contact information?
Well, I can forward you the thing. Like I said, my niece set it up, and they sent me a text. I can forward you the text.
Okay. If you
I'm
send it to
kinda,
us, we'll put it on our socials and we will encourage everyone who has something extra to give to help Leah and her family, your family, I should say. You know, we're only 2 3 degrees of separation, right? So helping her is helping us because you never know when we're going to need help. And so you don't want to hold your hand so tight that the next time that you're in a position that someone has to help you, that your hand is still so tight that you can't receive the gift that they're trying to give you. And this truly has been a gift. I'm so sorry.
Yes, we're so sorry to hear that, Dr. Prince. We're praying for you and your family and all of those affected by this devastating fire, California wildfire. And we're going to make sure we share the GoFundMe on our social media pages. So believers, follow us online. That's at Brunch Bunch 1390 if you want to help.
And one of the questions on socials is the insurance. Why was your family able to still hold on to their insurance when so many people lost their insurance just months before this devastation? First of all, we're grateful that you did, but what was the deciding factor that said, okay, you're going to be insured, and maybe we can give some inspiration and guidance to those who were underinsured or not insured, so that the next time something devastating happens, that they're prepared.
Well, one of the reasons I think it depends on the insurance company. For the State Farm, left the market. Farmers left the market. So if you had those insurances, they didn't reinsure you because they weren't in the market anymore. Like in Florida, there are a lot of places in Florida. They don't have insurance. The market
for hurricane insurance, right?
Yeah. Pacific Palisades, those areas there, they're uninsured anyway. I mean, insurance companies weren't insuring them anyway. Many folks are what they are called self-insured. They set up an escrow account. They put enough money.
Oh yeah,
and they
I didn't think about
put
that.
enough money in. They self-insure to make sure that if anything did happen.
So that means if your house was worth $20 million, you had to put $27 million in an escrow account.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
but you've heard of some of the celebrities that lost their homes and stuff. I mean, they have the ability to do that. And they also have the networking of other celebrities to help them get through. Like I said, right now we've got our fingers crossed that there's not going to be any more devastation going on because the winds are coming.
Yeah.
Well, fingers crossed and prayers up, Dr. Franz. We thank you so much for joining us and sharing your intimate story. And we are keeping not only our fingers crossed, but we're keeping our hands put together in prayer. So thank you so much. Once you give us that information, we will definitely share it. In the meantime, we're sharing your story across the globe.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Franz. Believers, we got to wake up and help somebody. It's Kiara Shear. Wake up right here on the Brunch Bunch.
Okay.
What's going on, Fabulous? How are you?
How you
Good
doing,
to see
beautiful?
you. You smell delicious.
How you doing? Nice.
Yes, you do. I knew it right away.
Nice to see you again.
You smell great.
Yes.
And you look great. Hello, Aunt Tamara.
Well, you know, we trying to do some stuff.
How it's nice to meet you too.
I'm gonna cut that one off. Instagram, y'all want to continue to watch? You got to go on Facebook or YouTube. See y'all. Yes.
Adam, text him or email him and ask him about.
And drop win-win intro. Nope. Win-win, and then we'll play winning in the middle. We'll break it up. Yo, you got the sheets for them? Hey, believers, it's your main man, Action Jackson. Are you searching for a life-changing word? You know what? Look no further than Corby Bush Ministries. You know, every Saturday at 6 p.m. Adam asked me. Word Network, where Corby Bush Ministry brings you powerful messages that will touch your heart and transform your life. Corby Bush yeah, Ministry that was dedicated to spreading nuts. The teachings of love, faith, and thank empowerment. You. Give them a call, 214 I guess I take my compliment back. To connect directly with their ministry. And don't forget to follow Bishop on Facebook at Corby Bush Ministries for daily inspiration and updates. Don't forget, tune in this Saturday. All right, it's almost showtime.
Okay.
Network
Oh,
for a
right.
life-changing word.
Hey guys, it's Command Fair.
This time come fast, Diana.
Brunch. Now your home is
Seemed
not
like we were
we were just there.
hard-earned and cherished.
Yes.
The Menopause Chronicles. I never heard of this. This is cute.
Hot flashes and cool conversation. I love it.
Foundation.
365 days a year.
I love it. Before I leave today, I wanna record the website for the quiz commercial. That's okay. Man, this came up fast, didn't it?
Yes.
This is beautiful. You have this in color? I can't wait to see it. Yeah, send it so we can post it on our socials.
So let secure home and automation be a part of your story, a part of your legacy. They're safeguarding your home and preserving your peace.
So go ahead and call 866-447-3344.
Yep.
That's 866-447-3344. Call today and make a wise choice.
Oh, well, Justice got the flyers already. He gonna post it.
Yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to see it because it looks so artistic.
Oh, send it to Tammy. Put it in our group chat. The Women of Excellence.
The Men of Excellence, too, is nice.
120 years.
Attention entrepreneurs, it's your girl, attorney India Rios, your one-stop shop for trademark services. Whether you're
Come on.
or safeguarding an established one,
That is.
That is.
120.
your brand's future today. Call 773-455-0711.
Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneurs.
773-455-0711. And for a limited time, get $100 off with the promo code Brunch. And remember, call attorney India Rios to secure the brand
And the bag.
Churchview Supportive Living would like you to tour their beautiful housing community ahead of the holidays with studios and one-bedroom apartments, 24-hour care, medication reminders, laundry and housekeeping services, 3 restaurant-style meals.
How many more commercials after this?
Dining room, daily activities, and
Okay, bring us in after this one if you can.
Yep.
Yep.
So are you still nursing? I know that's right, because you never know.
We hope to see you soon. Call 773-471-4444. Churchview Supportive Living is an equal housing opportunity. Hi there, it's Wynonna Redmond, and it's time for a community chatter brought to you by Win-Win Communications.
Well, of course, it's my favorite day of the week. Each and every Tuesday, Wynonna brings us a new best friend or brings back one of our old best friends. And you know what? Unfortunately, Wynonna is not able to join us today. But if she's not here, that's because it's something going on. But
Something really important.
something really important. So filling in as our guest co-host for the day is none other than Diana Knight Lewis. She's a seasoned media professional with a 17-year career, currently serving as regional vice president at Real Times Media. She's an executive leader and strategic solutions advisor. She spearheaded the transition from print to multiple digital platforms for the Chicago Defender, who is celebrating 120 years strong. She is the a brainchild. She gave birth to the Women of Excellence and Men of Excellence, the most prestigious events in the city.
That's right.
So let's give a warm community chatter brunch. Welcome to Diana Knight Lewis.
And also joining us today is another powerhouse that we are excited, and that's Miss Tanya Bennett. And her professional journey showcases her versatility and passions for service. With over 25 years as a registered nurse, she transitioned into event planning 2 decades ago, founding Push 365 Entertainment, which became Push 365 Event Group LLC. We want to give another big brunch welcome
Thank
to
you.
Tanya Bennett.
Welcome. Well, Diana, listen. Of course, Winona knows who to send to fill in, and she said Diana will be filling in as my guest co-host spot. And so, Diana, welcome. And exciting
Thank
things are
you.
happening.
I am so honored to be here in Winona, the Winona Redmond of Win-Win Communication spot. I don't know what to do because that's a big shoe to fill.
Well, you know what? You can do the job. Listen, you are the publisher of the oldest African American newspaper. This year, you guys are celebrating what?
120 years. It's a journey to empowerment.
Wow,
120 years, and we're going to get there. We're going to get
120.
there and some.
And some. Listen, the Chicago Defender I was going through on Instagram, social media, what I love about it, you got all these pages that show pictures from the archives. And so I saw some from Robert Abbott Sinstack that Getty Images had put up, and it was pictures he took over the years. And I'm like, I got to get with Diana so I can see her archive because I know the Defender got some pictures,
We
man.
absolutely do, and we'll be showcasing them all year long. Each month, we're going to feature interviews, we're going to feature editorial content, and we're going to feature some of our archive photos from each of the decades. So each month, we'll be doing a different decade.
Wow,
Hmm.
that's amazing.
What's also amazing is that you're still nominating for the 2025 Chicago Defender Men of Excellence. Now, are the nominations closed for the Women of Excellence?
Nominations are closed, letters have gone out. The women have been selected. They are pumped and ready, as the women always are
Oh,
pumped and ready
yeah.
to go on March 21st. Men will stay open until January 21st for nominations,
Oh,
and
so
then
they
we'll
better do it
close
quickly.
quickly. It's been open since June. And so we give you a nice long time to marinate on it and to nominate those who you think are.
Marinate and nominate.
That's right, marinate and
But you
nominate.
know what? I've never seen a production that had as many nominees and done in such taste, elegance, and swiftness. Like literally, you know how you say like 50 awards to give out, and people are like, nope, that's not this.
No.
This is a party. It's fast paced. Literally, it is amazing. So hats off to you for
Thank you.
actually devising and coming up with this, and then keeping it going for so many years. I am honored that you all selected me as one of your women of excellence, and that you selected Marcel as one of your men of excellence.
Honored
Yes.
to have you both.
Thank you.
Yes, we are honored. But listen, Tamara said it, and I've been blessed. A few years ago, I don't know if Tammy remember this. We was downstairs in the studio. I used to complain. I said, Lord, I'm tired of getting booked for funerals. I don't want to ever see another funeral. Please don't call me. But then I started getting bookings for all of these prestigious events. And my favorite one, I got to say, I've done some with 5 people, 5,000,
That's
and I've
right.
seen how they operate. But you guys do it in excellence. It's a
Absolutely.
amazing night. The production is great. Shout out to you and shout out to Karen, who is
That's
behind the
right. That's
scenes
my MVP.
making it happen. So let's talk about this year's Women of Excellence because it's coming up March the 21st. First of all, I know y'all sell out like
Oh, I've
two
never
days
seen anything
after.
like it. I was trying to get 2 more seats. We don't have them. And
so
they literally did not have them.
So
So
our tickets still available. Let's talk about the event and when it's going down and what people
she's
can
blinking.
expect.
There are no
So
tickets.
there are still tickets. Okay, so Friday, March 21st is going down again for the 18th year. Women of Excellence will be held at the Sheridan Grand Hotel this year, which we've been there for the last two or three. And we are excited. And yes, there are sponsorship opportunities. There are ticket and table opportunities. There are congratulatory messages and or web banner ad opportunities. All the opportunities are still available. Now, how long they stay available? Hopefully, when by the time we get out of here today, we're sold out, and that's a great problem to
That
have.
Yes.
is.
And
Unless
trust me, it will happen.
unless you are one of the honorees and you didn't get your tickets, then
uh,
that's not so
then that's
great.
not a good
And it
That's
ain't
not
thing.
so
so, bro.
great.
Well, for the honorees, you better get now. I saw the list, and each year you all Thousands of people, women, are nominated for this, and you only choose 50.
50.
50.
How hard is that, though?
It's hard to select the 50. What is not hard that I don't know how many people have said it over the 18 years and continue to say, how do you find 50 more women? Chicago is huge.
Mm.
Yes.
There are women up and coming all the time. Next level women up and men up and coming all the time. We don't run out. We don't run out. We get hundreds and hundreds of nominations. And yes, we do narrow it to 50 because it started as the 50 women of excellence and 50 men of excellence. And we just dropped the 50, but we still keep the number. But it's just men and women of excellence, and we still stay right around 50.
Wow.
So this is all going down on March the 21st at the Sheraton Chicago. How do they get tickets?
So, ChicagoDefender.com, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can go to any of our Chicago Defender media outlets and you can get tickets. As soon as you hit our website, you should see something that says Women of Excellence purchase tickets now. Purchase tickets today. Get your tickets here. There should be no problem getting tickets, tables, whatever you need. And if you do have a problem, don't hesitate to dial our number.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Well, Tammy said it, and I'm a witness too. You know, we wait to the last minute sometimes, and I'm like, Dinah, please let me get a table real quick. And it's like, nah, bro, we out.
Doesn't
And
happen.
Karen ain't playing either. She be like,
Nope.
now you know, Action Jackson, why did you wait so late? So, believers, if you want to be in the room, and I'll say this: 50 dynamic women being honored means there are going to be over 1,000 dynamic people in the room, because if
Easily.
you're a dynamic woman, you're connected to dynamic people. So this is the perfect networking opportunity to come in the room. You get to eat good. There is entertainment, which, speaking of, I'm trying to figure out, because I hate to shout out a couple of the people that I had to write today. I hate to shout out a few of the women that I know, but I'm going to shout them out. Shout out to Mikai Brown of U.S. Bank, who's doing amazing. Love McPherson is being honored this year, my girl. And my favorite Women of Excellence Entertainment is being honored. So I'm like, who gonna be singing? Miss Joyce Hurley
It will
Jackson.
not be Joyce singing.
I was so happy to see. I'm like typing congratulations, but wait, who's gonna sing?
Right, right. Yeah. Karen, that's a good question for Karen Dilligard.
Karen, you can't get the good. Well, she deserves to be honored. Joyce is amazing. It's gonna be a great year. Get your tickets, and I am honored to be back as one of the hosts.
Yes,
You
you,
know,
of course.
I
We
don't
wouldn't
know the
have it any
co-host
other
yet.
way.
Oh, thank you so much.
That's so awesome.
So Winona, of course, is strategic when she places people in the room, and she's always shining light on great events, great organizations. And so, Diana, you're gonna help us to lead the conversation with Miss. Is it Tanya or Tanya?
It is Tanya.
Tanya, Tanya. Tammy was giving you the bougie
Well,
pronunciation.
you know what? I
Usually
have
the
someone on
southern
my
name.
team is Tanya, so that's why I thought it's such a great spelling, and you do such great work, right?
Thank you.
And literally, this title caught my eye:
Everybody's eye.
hot
Right.
flashes and cool conversation.
Look, I was gonna talk about our producer. His eyes when you said it. As soon as he opened the email, he said, "Whoa, I wasn't ready for this one." I
Right.
had to say, "What is it?"
So Tanya, tell us exactly what is hot flashes and
And cool
and cool
conversation.
conversation.
So, Hot Flashes and Cool Conversations is a foundation that I came up with about, I've been thinking about this for a little over a year.
Hmm.
Because I am in that wonderful stage of menopause. And knowing that lots of friends and I were going through some of the same things, I just kind of thought there was a place for us to have a safe space to be
Hmm.
able to talk about educating and empowering and embracing it with a different spin on it. Like the
Hmm.
narrative doesn't have to be negative. And so I thought about it. I'm like, okay, so hot flashes and cool. We really need to talk about this thing. Cool conversations. And so that's literally how I just kind of came up with the name. And from the name, I worked and then it transformed into a event. So the event is actually titled Hot Flashes and Cool Conversations, The Menopause Chronicles.
Mm.
Wow.
So I'm really excited about
So when does this take place? Because I can tell you right now, there's so many people that want to attend, Because if your mom doesn't tell you about menopause and you just have a hot flash, you go into the emergency room, I'm dying. Right? What is going on? Tell us when it's going down so that we can pack the house.
Exactly. So the first round is going to be here in Chicago on February 23rd.
Oh, you're
It's
on
going to
tour.
be, we are on tour, and it's going to be held at Visions Odeum on 119th and Loomis.
Shout out to
Plenty of
Visions.
free parking. It will include a brunch. There are currently four panelists that are expert panelists that will speak to menopause in different scopes. Because one of the things is most people think that when we say menopause, it's oh, it's only hot flashes. It's so much more than that. We're talking about mental health. We're talking about weight
Weight loss.
gain. We're
Yeah.
talking about nutrition. We're talking about hair loss. So there's so many different facets to it that we just kind of want to talk about it and kind of create a safe space for it. I have combined with another organization called the Scoop Inc. This young lady is out of Atlanta, and so we're going to do a second event in the Atlanta area. We're shooting for March. We are trying to fine tune some things for that. And we're looking at other cities because we've talked to so many different ladies that really want this. We've talked to people in Phoenix, in LA, in New York, Miami, um, Charlotte. So we're looking at really expanding it and going to different cities at least once a month through the remainder of the year. So we're really, really excited about it.
That's
Well, hats
amazing.
off to you.
Well,
Now,
women are experiencing it all across the country, I'm sure. Now, as a man, and we don't know much about menopause, I just knew hot flashes. So when you start going
Mm-hmm.
down the list of other stuff, I'm like,
I wanted
wow.
to alert you to
Right.
something called menopause too. So
Right.
get ready.
Well, it's actually the technical name for it is andropause, and it is a
Oh,
Oh,
real thing for men. And so with Menopause Chronicles, what we're looking to do is right now start this off with the ladies, but we really want the men to be involved in it because you guys have to understand what your mate or your spouse is
yeah.
going through as well so that communication becomes a little bit easier. She gets a better safe space to be able to communicate how she's feeling and how things are going. And then you get the opportunity to say, okay, so she really isn't crazy. There really is some things that are
Right.
going on, just so that it becomes more of a good conversation so that people can understand each other a little bit more. And we're really looking into and hoping that there'll be more elected officials that will be a part of the program to come to the event. I have reached out to some there as well.
that's awesome. But you're uniquely qualified to actually host these conversations because not only, like you said, you're going through that portion of your life, but also you are a registered nurse. So you know the medical component and some remedies.
I, I am. I've been a registered nurse for close to 30 years now.
Um,
Something that I will always hold near and dear to my heart, but this is just a different chapter for me. And the expert panelists that I was able to reach out to, those are friends of mine that I have had long relationship with that are also in the different professional areas. So we're really, really excited about it. There's going to be a nurse practitioner to talk from the gynecology perspective. There is going to be a fitness instructor to kind of talk about how to shave some of the tire and those pounds that we're trying to figure out where they're coming from. We have a dermatologist that's going to come and speak regarding skincare and hair because there are a lot of ladies that have lost hair during this time period. And then we also have a licensed professional therapist that's going to speak because this is what many don't understand and what they don't know is that between the ages of 45 and 55, that's one of the highest levels of depression and suicide for women during that time period. And it's just because you just don't understand. And
Hmm.
so once you can get educated and embrace, then you can become empowered and it becomes a whole different thing. Life really becomes great.
wow, this conversation, you're doing some great work, Tanya. When we get back, we're going to keep talking about these winning organizations, creating these winning spaces for winners. And in the spirit of wide known and win win communication, it's her theme song, Charles Jenkins Winning, right here on the Brunch Bunch. This is good.
Thank you.
This is very unique too. Very unique.
I was gonna ask you if you included
And
men.
much needed.
Because I was
Yes.
gonna say, especially for husbands and mates to be in the room, because menopause. But even when people are sick, if you notice, sometimes people are a little meaner when they're sick, but it's
Mm-hmm.
because they're going through stuff. And I had to learn this with Valencia, because she'll just snap off on me some days. And I'm like,
When you don't feel good, you can't act good.
Right.
I
You
know. I'm like,
can't
Sorry.
act
I ain't
good when you
did
don't
nothing
feel
to
No.
you.
good.
What's wrong with you?
They ain't
Then
got
now
nothing.
I can
They
say,
ain't got nothing to do with you.
now I can say, you know what? she may not be feeling the best right
Yes.
now. She may be in a little pain. So I back up and
That's
just
good.
try to be
I
compassionate.
think you should. I think it should be a balanced amount of men in the room as it is women, because, like you said, men have to support women, and then when they go through andropause, which I never knew.
I
Thank
never
you so
heard of
much.
that, so that's
I always
interesting.
say menopause, but they go through that, and then they don't know because a lot of men don't know.
Exactly.
I mean, that's a
Tina said
hormonal.
menopause is of the devil.
It is the
Tina.
devil
Right. We call her Minnie.
of the devil. You're probably right. Hey, Stu. Hey,
So
Asia.
Diana, we're gonna highlight Women of Excellence tickets again. Nominations for men. Anything else?
120 years of Chicago Defender.
Okay. We'll
That's
talk a
this.
little about that history.
4, 3, 2, 1.
You're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. It's your main man, Action Jackson, and I'm proud to be posted next to.
It's your girl Tamara Fair on the air, and I am super excited to have these powerhouse women in the building talking about all things women, all things power, and a few things men.
You know what? We always get left out. And speaking of that, if you know a good brother that's doing good work, trust me,
Yes.
you want to nominate them to become a 2025 Man of Excellence. Not only is it a prestige, it's the best award I got at
It's the
home. I'm gonna tell you.
biggest,
Listen,
the biggest
actually,
award.
most of my awards are in my office at home. The Chicago Defender Award is in my living room.
Oh,
First of all, it's a picture.
Because it
It's a
is a
whole
picture.
picture.
It's really nice. And I got it sitting with all the important things in my
Yes.
living room. But I say that to say, and Reverend Acker, shout out to Pastor Ira Acker this morning. He said something when they were giving out their awards. He said sometimes people think, oh, it's just another award, or oh, it's just this. He said, but this small recognition blows life into people to keep on doing the
Yep.
great work that they're doing. And so, you know what? Brothers, especially, I'm taking up for the brothers, need some recognition sometimes. And becoming a man of excellence is that great recognition. So go online to chicagodefender.com
yes.
and nominate a good brother. I said a good brother. If Pookie and them ain't doing right, don't put their name on this
Don't
list.
do it.
They got to be a good brother.
Well, they're going to be vetted, so.
Well, they will be better because I'm going to crack this joke. Hundreds of nominations come in for men, thousands come in for women. But it's still more than the 50. So make sure you send in a good brother. And then,
And if you know a dynamic woman, it's closed this year, but they're going to be doing it next year as well. So poise yourselves to get those nominations in on time, because when I tell you that the women don't play,
whew,
the women don't play.
It will reopen again March.
Okay.
March 21st, it opens the day of the event, and it'll stay open until the end of October. So you have 7 good months to nominate for women and
wow.
7
And
good
for
months
men.
for men. So,
Well, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to leave this alone because it's so funny to be a part of the Chicago Defender universe now. You know,
Yes.
I get probably 100 calls a year asking to be nominated for Women of Excellence. I don't get a brother to ask me. I'm like, Lord Jesus, we got to get. So, women, get on and get the brothers. I was a part of a great class. And what's good, we have a Facebook group once you
Mhm.
become a man or woman of excellence, and people stay connected. And it's just a great organization to be a part of. So, Women of Excellence tickets are still available.
yes.
That's March the
So
21st.
buy tables, tickets, ads,
Sponsorship.
sponsorships.
Web
Most
banners.
importantly, sponsorships.
Yes. So if you want your tickets, and I suggest that you get them today, go to chicagodefender.com, and everything that's Chicago Defender in their entire ecosystem will give you a platform to purchase tickets. You want to
Yes.
save the date too. Put your calendars March 21st, 2025, because it's all going down at the Chicago Sheraton on March 21st. That's a Friday, guys. So
And it's a great
you want
program.
to call off for that day.
It's a great program. It's not a boring event, as Tammy aforementioned. It moves fairly
We have a
quickly.
good
Yeah, we
time.
have a good time. Then we party a little after, and
Yes.
And it's delicious food.
yeah. So
It's
get your
delicious
tickets.
food.
And then Chicago Defender is celebrating 120 years. And why is that so significant?
It's so significant because, first of all, how many companies or organizations make it 120 years? Then, how many African American, black,
Yep.
black companies, organizations make it 120 years? So it's significant
It is
to still be
definitely.
around, to still be able to tell our stories that are for us, about us, by us.
Hmm.
You know, it's huge.
Yep.
Yes.
So we want to celebrate with you all year
All
long.
year long, we're going to be celebrating.
Hashtag CDWOE25. That's hashtag CDWOE25. Now, let's segue for 1 minute over to these chronicles.
Listen, the Menopause Chronicle, Hot Flashes, and Cool Conversation. First of all, congratulations on that name. That was very creative. Look,
Yes.
Jarrell, our Amen Corner, he ready to clap. Listen, he loved the name too. But it's going down Sunday, February 23rd. Did we talk about, is there a cost? Is it?
So there is a cost. Tickets are available now. They can visit Ticket Falcon at www.ticketfalcon.com/e/fhfcc dash TMC. So it's Hot Flashes, Cool Conversations dash the Menopause Chronicles on the end. They can also go to our website, which is www.hfccfoundation.org to purchase tickets. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 872 354 4322, and that's directly to the organization. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We are looking for sponsors as well. There are also opportunities for ad placement in the program book. We're also looking for vendors. So any of those opportunities are available to anyone. Just give us a call or shoot us a quick text or an email. We're looking forward to all of that.
I ask one quick question for you.
Sure.
So these products that they have on the market for menopause that says that they reduce the symptoms of menopause, are they valid?
So what I will say is, and as we talk about the event as well, all information that's received is for informational and educational purposes only. Everything is going to be different for everybody. So how what your health history is like may be different than mine, so the product may work for you or may not work for me. So I'm
Hmm.
going to always say to whatever you decide to take, please speak with your physician or your healthcare professional first before taking it, just so that you know how that may impact, especially if you're taking other medication, because you really don't want there to be any type of interaction with that.
I
Um,
ask that question because I'm putting you on notice, vendors. If you have a product that can help these symptoms, you want to be a vendor here for
Yes, you
sure.
do.
You
Get
will
your
sell
vendor
out.
table. Well, listen, Diana and Tanya, thank you for joining us. It's never enough time. But you know what? In the spirit of the psalmist Glorilla, at the end of the day got to end. We
The
got
day
to get
got to
up out of
end.
here. Thank you for coming
Thank
and joining us
you.
Thank you for
Much
on the
having
brunch
us.
fun.
bunch.
Thank you so
Bam.
much.
Wynonna, we missed you. We're praying for you. We will see you next week. Believers, we encourage you to get your tickets to all these great events. You can't say, why didn't I know about this or why didn't I know this person if you're not in the room to meet them or get the information. We encourage you to keep Love 24 alive. Tell someone that you don't know that you love them. Tell someone that you do know that you love them. Love will begin to spread like a wildfire. Tamara Fair on the air. I love you.
I love you, Action Jackson.
Believers,
Believers,
we
we
love
love
you.
you.
Baby
Baby
Eminem,
M&M,
we
we
love
love you
you too.
too.
Up next, AC Green. We get it done all night long right here on Inspiration 1390.
Good
Hey guys,
stuff.
we love
Oh,
you. Tina, I
Yes.
know, right?
how you know I ain't want it? No.
Oh, see, the reason I asked you that is because these people are using different products, right? And Tina just said that she used a hormone product and got
Our FDA approved. There are some that are not FDA approved, or some things may interact with
Yes.
different
See you
medications.
too.
So in this case, if you have a history, family history of breast cancer, like any of those things may
Oh.
impact whatever you take. It's just like whatever you eat.
right.
Tina, you heard that? We got to
So
get out, but we're
Yeah,
praying
so
for
this is
your
going to be a
sister.
really good informational session. And also, I have a friend who's